Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Billy and this is I Lost My Keys. So I was thinking, I've never made a video on the first deck that I got in Keyforge, and I was thinking what better time to do that than today. So today we will be looking at the Freezing Commissioner. This is the first deck that I ever played in the game of Keyforge. Now when I first got into the game, the only reason I started playing it in the first place was when I was explained what Mavericks were. So Mavericks are the reason that I got into the game of Keyforge, and this deck has a pretty cool Maverick in it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Freezing Commissioner. Okay, let's take a look at these cards. We first have Tremor, then Cannon, then War Chest, then Valder, Bumpsy ×2, really awesome. Fire Spitter, Ganger Chieftain, Khalifi Dragon. Yes, this is a Khalifi Dragon deck. Definitely a really fun card to have in your first deck, without a doubt. Then we have Smash, the War Drummer, who is very important in this deck. And on to the Maverick. We have ourselves a Stealer of Souls in Brobnar, which is really, really cool. I'll talk more about this Maverick once we've seen the rest of the cards, but next we have Battlefleet, Irradiated Amber, Phosphorus Stars ×2, Squawker, Combat Pheromones, the Zookeeper, the Bolter, Zorg, Zizix the Many, Biometric Backup, Brainstem Antenna, which is a really fun card in this deck. And then over to the shadows with a Booby Trap, Pawn Sacrifice, Routine Jobs, obviously there's 2. And then we also have a Too Much to Protect, which is very, very nice in this deck, as it is in every deck. On top of that, we also have a Seeker Needle, then a Bad Penny. Bad Penny and Seeker Needle is always a fun combo. Then we have an Old Bruno, Dodger, Shadow Self, Umbra, and last but not least, an Urchin. Let's count creatures really quick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So definitely a really big creature count deck. I'll go over Mars quickly. Obviously, Battlefleet is fantastic. It's an amazing cycle card. This deck definitely introduced me to the fun stuff that Mars can do. Phosphorus Stars are hit or miss. It's either really good or really bad, as always. Squawker, fantastic. Combat Pheromones, fantastic. And I think the creatures are actually pretty decent. I love the Zookeeper, Bolter's fun, Zorg is really cool, and Zizix is pretty good too. Obviously, Brainstem Antenna is really nice in this deck. I will say you want to get this card early in the game since there are only 4 creatures and hardly any recursion, so getting this early on is very important. This Shadows lineup does exactly what Coda Shadows does very well. Stealing. Obviously, with the 2 routine jobs, that's some great Amber control right there, especially with Too Much to Protect. Old Bruno is great, and then Dodger and Umbra are great, along with Shadow Self. Shadow Self is fantastic creature protection. And then you also got an Urchin as well. Just a really, really nice Shadows lineup altogether. But now the house you guys are waiting for, the Brobnar lineup. So I'll be honest, this lineup made me really, really like Brobnar, and it gave me a false sense that Brobnar was always good. Oh, how naive I was back then. This Brobnar lineup is really cool, okay? So you have 2 artifacts, 1 action, but you have 9 creatures. That is a ton of creatures. Now, 4 of these creatures have play effects, which is really nice to go along with the War Drummer to just do those effects again. One of my favorite combos is to put down both Bumpsies, then War Drummer, then put down the Bumpsies again, so your opponent loses 4 Amber, which is very, very fun. Obviously, Ganger Chieftain and War Drummer is a very nice combo as well. But here's why I noticed this deck to begin with. I was a Pokemon player, and in Pokemon, the whole point of the game is to fight to win. Well, considering this deck had the War Chest and Stealer of Souls, I realized this has a very potent combo to basically fight and win with. Obviously, with War Chest, you gain an amber for each enemy creature that was destroyed in a fight. And with Stealer of Souls, after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Stealer of Souls, you purge it and gain 1 amber. What's really cool about this deck as well is to do something along the lines of Stealer of Souls, Ganger Chieftain, ready, fight, purge, gain 1, War Drummer, do that whole combo again, and then gain amber for doing that as well with War Chest. So you can put down Khalifi Dragon. But the Stealer of Souls in this Brobnar just works out so well. And so that is the Freezing Commissioner. Well, that's it for this video today, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're liking I Lost My Keys, make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you next Wednesday with a brand new video. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until then, I'll see you later. Peace. Jeez.